Hey guys, Creek Stewart here, and welcome to the October 2014 APOCABOX Survival Skills Challenge. If you know anything about me, you know that I believe that fire is one of the most important survival skills. And it, more so than almost any other survival skill, requires practice. So I love teaching survival fire skills, and that's what this Survival Skills Challenge is about this month, is making fire. This time we're going to use the parabolic lens in your APOCABOX. It comes with this little tinder catch hooked onto a little catch on the side of your lens. You just simply unhook it and it sticks out kind of in the middle of the lens there. Let's take a quick inventory of what you'll need for this Survival Skills Challenge. First, you'll need your lens. Second, you'll need a nice wad of packing material from your APOCABOX. This shredded wood packing makes perfect tinder bundle material and fire starting material. And then you'll need, there's a little logo APOCABOX bag in your APOCABOX. It contains two items. It contains some jute twine, which is a natural fiber twine. You're going to actually process this jute twine by tearing it apart to create a little ball of fluff, kind of like you see here. So you're going to want to take a couple of minutes and process that down, break it down to create this little ball of fluff. And then lastly, there is what looks like rotting wood in this little bag, and that's what we call punky wood. This is a survivor's best friend when it comes to solar fire starting. So make sure you've got those items before you even attempt to do this challenge. The last thing you'll need is full sun. Today it's the beginning of October. It's actually kind of chilly outside. This can be done any time of year that there is full sun. The sun can't be behind trees, it can't be behind clouds, it has to be full in the sky. So it's important that you have full sun today when you try this APOCABOX Skills Challenge. To start with the APOCABOX Skills Challenge, we have to first build our tinder bundle. And I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer to show you exactly how I'm going to do that. Before I show you how to build the tinder bundle out of these materials, I want to quickly show you where I got everyone's punky wood. You see that big rotting stump right there? I dug everyone's punky wood for almost 400 APOCABOXes out of that rotting stump. So this is 100% natural punky wood that I source naturally from here at Willow Haven, and it's important that you see the source of that so that you can recognize where to find that kind of stuff in the field when you start sourcing your own resources. So back to how to build this tinder bundle. So building the tinder bundle is really pretty simple. We want to first start with shaping our shredded wood packing into what I call an oversized hot dog bun. You want to create kind of a cavity in the middle here, and then in that cavity you're going to put in your ball of jute twine. Make sure it's shredded and broken down to its most basic fibrous properties. It's going to be really important. And then inside of that jute twine, you're going to create another little cavity. And then inside of that cavity, you're going to actually powder up. See how I'm powdering this punky wood? That's the great thing about punky wood, is you know it's real punky wood if you can powder it like that in between your fingertips. We're going to take a chunk of punky wood and we're going to powder it so that we create a core to that tinder bundle. Now once you use this tinder bundle your first time around, I want you to then go out and source your own natural materials. You know, this can be shredded bark, the inside fibers of bark. It can be dried grasses or hay or leaves. Then your jute twine can be finer fibers like dried seed pods or really nice fibrous inner materials of barks, or the materials that birds' nests are made of. They can be a variety of materials for your inner core, and then obviously source punky wood as well. So before you start anything in this process, you're going to want to create your tinder bundle. Now let's get to creating our ember that we put into this tinder bundle using our solar parabolic lens. The first step is you want to make sure your lens is nice and clear. If there's any dust on it, go ahead and wipe that off. Make sure that there's no residue or anything on your lens. Unhook your tinder catch from the side here. Make sure it's pointed out in the middle. And then we're going to take a chunk of punky wood and we're going to kind of stuff that down into the bottom of that tinder catch. This is when full sun is incredibly important. I'm going to face this lens directly toward the sun, which for me is right there. We're going to find that, the brightest spot of that. We're going to put it right on our tinder. And literally, within a few seconds, we should see that start to smoke. If it's not smoking, there it is. Just immediately hit that. It may take you a couple of seconds to find the sweet spot for that focal point of light, but once you find it, that's all you need. Now the great thing about punky wood is that once you have it started, once you've got an ember going, which I have an ember going now, you don't need the sun anymore. I can completely block that sun from this lens, and this punky wood is going to continue to smolder. See, look, I'm completely blocking that, and look at that punky wood just smoldering like crazy. That's why we use punky wood with solar embers, because it continues to smolder once you have it lit. That's why it has to be dry. Now guys, we've got an ember, okay? We've got our prepared tinder bundle. What we're gonna do now is we're just gonna take a little stick. We're gonna punch out our ember out of the middle of this tinder catch, and we're gonna put that in our little pile of punky wood that we created earlier. Okay? Now what's going to happen, the heat of that ember is going to be driven into that other punky wood. Now here's the counterintuitive. You're going to want to keep a little bit of air on it so it doesn't go out. Here's the counterintuitive part of blowing a tinder bundle into flame, is that you want to wrap that ember, just giving a little bit of air so that I can talk and keep this thing going. You want to really wrap that ember up inside of that tinder bundle. See how I've got that wrapped up in there? Now look how that ember I created is getting all of that other punky wood smoldering. You do not want your tinder bundle to look like this right here. You want this wrapped up inside of there so that all the heat from that glowing ember is captured inside of your tinder bundle. Once you have that, you're ready to blow this into flame. Don't start birthday candle style, you know? You want nice, steady breaths of air into this tinder bundle. Once it starts to really smoke like this, my philosophy is the more it smokes, the harder you can blow. See how much it's smoking? Blow it a little bit harder. And there we go. We're gonna set it down, and at that point, we would start building our fire. Guys, that's all there is to it. Now, I may have made that look a little easier than it is the first time around, but the core philosophy is make sure you have your tinder bundle built. Make sure there's a little bit of punky wood in the middle so that you can grow that ember once you drop it into your tinder bundle. And make sure you've got full sun and that you've got some nice dry punky wood in that pocket. And once you do, when you hit that tinder at the right angle, you can already see that I've got it smoking. I've given you all of the materials that you're going to need to make fire with this parabolic lens. It's up to you to practice. Now, like I said earlier, once you use up the materials that I gave you in the APOCABOX, it's so important that you go out and use this lens with natural found materials, dried grasses, dried seed pods, inner fibers of bark are amazing. Cottonwood, the inner fibers of cottonwood bark, and tulip poplar. Those are all amazing materials. But it really is going to come down to practicing this on your own. Now, if you have any questions at all while conquering this survival skills challenge, then shoot me an email to creek@willowhavenoutdoor.com. Tell me what your problems are, and I'll do my best to troubleshoot via email. This is totally something that you can do at home and in your backyard. There's a big misconception that you have to be out in the middle of nowhere to practice survival skills, and it just is not true. A small space in your backyard, as long as you're responsible with the flame and the fire, is totally sufficient. If you get a chance, guys, post your successes, pictures of your tinder bundle, of your ember, of your flame, of your APOCABOX on Instagram, #APOCABOX, so that we can all learn from each other. It gives us each an opportunity to have an insight into how other people are conquering this skills challenge, and we can all learn that way. So I hope you've learned something with this survival skills challenge. I've got some amazing challenges planned for future boxes. December is going to be an incredible month. APOCABOX makes a great Christmas gift, and they will be arriving just in time for Christmas. Something to think about. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to contact. And remember, guys, it's not if, but when.